Now, I know you guys all think the drama is on screen. Yeah, so you thought. Yeah, you got to remember the people that make TV, I think all secretly, a part of them would like to have been on TV at some point. I don't know, that's my opinion. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Edelyn France, the reality check coach. I hope you're having a fabulous day. So I wanted to talk today a little bit about my journey in the TV industry. Now, I know you guys all think the drama is on screen. Yeah, so you thought. Yeah, you got to remember the people that make TV, I think all secretly, a part of them would like to have been on TV at some point. I don't know, that's my opinion, including myself. I'll hold my hands up. I think there's a little part of us that, love a bit of drama, Working in TV has really exposed me, has exposed parts of my personality, my character, how I think. And it's been a great eye opener, and I've learned a lot. And I just wanted to share a few things that I feel I learnt from working in the TV industry, which I still work in. A few things that I've learnt that has helped me in life, or that I can take into life, or that has made me realize other areas of my life where maybe I needed a bit of work. And I think it can help anyone who works in a high pressured industry. And yeah, you think TV, high pressured. I'm telling you, sometimes if you walk into the office, you think we're rocket scientists or something. It's like things have to happen now. And look, we do have schedules, and obviously shows need to come out when they need to come out. But no, sometimes you actually think like, wow, calm down, guys. We're literally just making TV. It's supposed to be fun. If you watched my video about starting over at 30 and going from corporate to the television industry, if you haven't watched it, please have a watch. I will link it below. It's in the TV topics playlist. So I talked about when I turned 30, having a mini midlife crisis and just needing to find something else for my life. I've always been in media. I studied it as my undergraduate, and I needed to be doing something day to day that gave me some sort of enjoyment, that made me want to wake up in the morning. I was waking up dreading getting up and traveling into the city and being behind a desk constantly. I'm not that person. I need to be here, there, everywhere. I need to always be on the move. And I'm also very creative. So I started filming and editing my radio shows because I was on online radio. That's why you need to come on. There's no better night than a ladies' night. You know, when you get with your girls, like, it's the best time. And that's the feeling I'm trying to bring to every show. That's the feeling. And then that kind of transitioned me into getting into the television industry. I actually worked with someone who was in the industry, and she was just like, you're basically a producer. That's what you're doing. You're looking for people for your shows, you're filming your shows, you're editing your shows, you're finding a location, like you are a producer. And I was like, oh, okay. So I got into the industry, so I do credit her. She knows who she is. Hey girl. And it's funny because we had a full circle moment, and we recently worked together on Too Hot to Handle. So that was amazing. I was blessed to find a job before I even graduated. So my way of starting over again, I have to research or study or learn. Like, that's my thing. And that's not to say everybody should go back to uni if they're starting again or starting over. I just needed to do my own version of what starting over felt like or meant. And for me, that was going back to uni and doing my master's. And I also wanted to have a master's under my belt. Like, why not? Also getting confident and getting insight into the industry, because I just had no idea. I had no idea about anything. I didn't know where to go, where to look, who to speak to. So going back to uni was great because my lecturer actually worked in television for years before he became a lecturer. So he was just able to give me so much insight, websites, things to look for, things to do, like just etiquette and things to be mindful of. So he was really, really helpful. You'd think that all the drama is on the screen, but it's not, okay? There's a lot of drama behind the scenes, and a lot of it is underlined and not really discussed. But then when you have a talk with someone else, you're like, oh, you experienced that too. Okay, so it's not all in my head. But the industry is full of young people, and that's not a bad thing. But a lot of young people brings, immaturity or schoolyard kind of a feeling. And granted, a lot of it is probably internal stuff that you yourself have to deal with, internal stuff that I had to deal with. But being thrust into that kind of environment where you know nobody, you do feel like the new kid on the block. And because there's a lot of young people who are in higher positions, a lot of things can be mismanaged at times. So being fresh from corporate, where the top people are older, predominantly male, which is not the most ideal situation either. But coming from that to an industry where a lot of young people, predominantly women, which is not bad either, but I'm just stating facts. And yeah, you can imagine the environment can get a little intense. I've had to grow myself and realize that situations and outcomes are really based on your perception and how you handle and the type of person you are and the work that you've done to become a better person, a stronger person, a more healed version of yourself. So I hope I'm making sense, but I am going to make sense in a minute, because I'm going to go through some things that I've learned and how it applies to stepping into any new industry, as well as how it applies to life, because these are life lessons that I learned. So number one, allow yourself to make mistakes. Oh my God. And you will make mistakes. I know I did. I made a lot of mistakes. And mistakes in life and mistakes in different industries, they all vary. I actually recently I went to dinner with one of my friends, and she was telling me that she was speaking to a cast member, and the cast member was mic'd. And she was speaking, I think she was really going in on some of the crew members, and they heard her in the gallery, and someone actually went to her and she said, "Oh, by the way, you know that their mic is on." And she was like, "Oh, I was standing so far away from them, I didn't think they could hear." I was like, "Girl, do you not watch reality TV? You work in reality TV. Do you not watch it?" Do you know how many people have been exposed because they thought they were covering the mic? Mics are microphoning these days. Trust me, it's 2024. So that's a rookie move, but I haven't made necessarily that mistake. But you will make mistakes. When you're stepping into a new industry or stepping into anything new, you don't understand it yet. You don't know the etiquette yet. You don't know how to do certain things. And that's okay. It's okay not to know things. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fail. The Bible even says in Proverbs 24:16, "For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again, but the wicked stumble and calamity strikes." Righteous meaning morally right, justifiable, or if it's in the informal text, very good, excellent. So the good fall, they do fall, but what they do is that they rise again and again. They rise 7 times. So failing is not the issue. The issue is when you stumble and you stay stagnant. Failure is amazing. Mistakes are amazing, because guess what? They teach you to learn. But when you come back from a mistake, you just have to come back better. That's all it is. So allow yourself to make mistakes, but learn from those mistakes and grow. You have to have perspective in life. And that goes for when you're in a work environment as well. Have perspective when you make mistakes. Your perspective changes everything. What you do when you make a mistake or you fail is, okay, what did I learn from that? How could I improve? The next time, if you don't do it better, at least be a step closer to succeeding. And then when you finally get it, no one can tell you nothing, because you understand the failure part of it. You understand the succeeding part of it. You understand it. Failure is not fatal, but the failure to change is what is indeed fatal. The second thing I learned is don't dim your light. I am so guilty of doing this in so many areas of my life while I was growing up, especially in my 20s. I felt that I had to dim my light or change myself or conform. Oh my God, do not conform. Be you. Be unapologetically yourself. It takes a while to understand that it's not so bad. Trust me, I took a while to really realize that I can just be me and it's absolutely fine. Be yourself. Don't be anything other than yourself. You're so unique. There's nobody like you. You are one of one. So be that one and be the best one of one. Stepping into the industry definitely took me back to some of my past traumas. You know, that negative self-talk, thinking I'm not good enough, thinking, oh, is my personality too goofy? Am I too opinionated? Because I am those things. I'm very goofy. When you might see some goofy sides, and I'm very opinionated. not in a negative way, but I like to speak my opinions and I don't like to conform. And in the industry, TV industry, it is a conforming industry. When something's going on in the news or something's going on in society, it's like, yeah, we all feel this way. And I'm just not that person. I don't conform just to conform. I like to have my own opinions. And I also don't like to have opinions on things I have done no research on or things I don't understand. And a lot of times I've found myself in conversations about things I don't understand. And I'm like, and I've even said at times, I don't know that person or I haven't watched anything or read anything to do with that topic. So I'd rather not say my opinion. And I remember recently someone said, well, of what you know, what do you think? And I'm like, I don't know nothing. I've seen a clip. I don't judge on clips. You could see one clip of me now and never want to watch a video. And I would think that that's stupid. That clip could be misinterpreted. Depending on your mood and how you feel, you could perceive it in a certain way. Do your research, get to know these things before you comment. So that's my personality. And I always felt, and when I stepped into the industry, I did have a moment where I felt that I should be quiet or not conform, because I was never going to conform. So I'll just be quiet. But then it's like, this person doesn't have an opinion. Trust me, I do. If you could be a fly on the wall in my brain, then you would know I have an opinion, girl. And the industry can be a bit like a popularity contest. It's a big industry, but it's small. Like, you know everyone. Everyone knows everyone. Or you start to know everyone. Or you work with people who've worked with someone, because you're always changing from contract to contract, from show to show. So it does sometimes feel like a popularity contest. But there is no populars. There is no non-populars. That is not the truth of life. Because what I find to be interesting or to be a popular aspect of this group of people or your personality, someone else might not find. So for me, there is no such thing as popular or anything of that. I get along with so many different people from all walks of life. I could be named as popular because I literally have friends from all walks of life. I think that that's more popular than being with a group of people that's popular just for aesthetic reasons, which sometimes the industry can be. You have to understand the industry is a visual industry. So a lot of the times it feels like it's aesthetics over anything. So make sure you always come as you are. They always say you don't have a second chance at a first impression, but neither does the other person. You are impressing me too, I'm meeting you, you are meeting me. There's no hierarchy there. It's a case of, do we warm to each other? And you don't have to be friends with everybody. Some people will just be colleagues. Some people you will be acquaintances with. Some people you might even become friends. And that's what I've discovered in my 4 years in television. I have met my circle of people. I've met my people. I've met my TV friends. And I love them. They're amazing. They're just the type of people I want to be around. I spent the very early years of TV not necessarily trying to force friendships, but I wanted friendships or I wanted to be liked. But now I don't care, because I have my circle of friends and I don't need to be liked by anyone who doesn't like me. No, I just want to be liked by those who like me. Whoever doesn't like me or whoever doesn't warm to me or doesn't want to be my friend outside of work, that's fine, because I also have a choice. And there's so many people I meet that I don't want to be friends with. So that's absolutely fine. I think accept that people have choices and you don't have to be for everyone, and that's fine. And trust me, you don't want to be for everyone. That's a lot of work. The next thing that this industry has taught me is to get tough skin. You cannot be sensitive in this industry. And to be honest, you can't be sensitive in life. I have realized to get through life, to get through this industry, you have to be strong mentally. Get some strength. And if you feel like you're not mentally strong, you need to start working on that. Ways that built my mental strength is realizing that no one can judge me apart from the Most High. I've understood that for a long time, but implementing that has only been recent. So don't get me wrong. This is not something you just say, okay, I have strength for the Most High, and then you just everything. No, it takes some time to really wrap your head around it, to manifest on the word of God, to understand what that means and to live it and to believe it and to breathe it. It takes time. So I understand if you're not there yet, but have a method of getting there. And if it's not through faith, find your way of accepting that others' judgments don't matter. Why don't you think of yourself? Is there anybody that lives in your mind rent free? Like, for real, unless they're paying your bills, unless they're your partner, or unless they really, they have some strong impact on your life. Other than that, no one really lives on your mind rent free. So you don't live on anybody's mind rent free. So anyone's passing judgment is a passing judgment. Don't let it stay onto you. That's one way you can get tough skin. And it's a high pressured environment, TV. So a lot of the times, like I said, it feels like you're curing some incurable disease. You have to understand that everybody deals with high pressure in different ways. So if you get someone who's snappy or someone who feels a bit off, have your boundaries. Don't let anyone talk to you left. But at the same time, understand that everyone's experience through life is different. You don't know what's going on in their mind. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. Now that's something I've had to work on, trust me. And it's always a work in progress, because there's times where I might take something personal and I just have to talk to myself. I have to take in all these things that I've learned. I have to think of the scriptures. You know what I mean? So it's fine, that method, because it's not like you're never going to take something personal. It's not like you're never going to be sensitive, but it's about having those methods and having those skills or whatever it is embedded in you that you can reel yourself back. And remember that you're the new adult at work. You're not the new kid at school, Don't let anybody speak to you like you're a child. And that goes through life. When you're walking around life, remember that you are an adult. You are not a child. And yes, granted, you may have things that you still need to learn and grow. Be open to still learning. Never stop learning, but also don't let somebody talk to you like you are a child. You are an adult. Respect yourself and others will respect you. And don't be afraid to speak up when you need to speak up. Just know how to speak up. I suffered with having rage, in my early years, not early years, but in my 20s, I would say there was no in between. I was either quiet and fighting in my head and festering, or I was really rageful and everything will come out rude and angry. But now I've just learned to communicate. I don't like that. No, just speak up. And the last thing I've learned is to acknowledge every milestone. And that is so imperative through life. We have to be present. We have to acknowledge the things we're doing. I've said this before in my video about transitioning from corporate to TV. I can't fathom the shows I've worked on. I can't fathom the places I've been. Too Hot to Handle. I've worked on Love Island. I've worked on Married at First Sight. I can't fathom these things. Strictly Come Dancing. These are huge shows. And I have to acknowledge my achievements, acknowledge it, sit in it, appreciate it, lather in it, love it, be proud of it. You don't have to gloat, but you can be proud and let that be your confidence. When you walk into a room, bring all your achievements with you, not on a plaque and say, hey guys, look what I've done, but the way you carry yourself. I am this woman that works in TV, that has gone to all these countries, that has experienced different cultures, that understands 3 languages, that has great friends, great family, that can cook, that is on a weight loss journey and has lost 20 pounds, that has her own home. Acknowledge your blessings, acknowledge your achievements, acknowledge your progress, acknowledge the present. Gratitude is so important, because once you have to be grateful for all that you have, otherwise you're not going to attract more. Be grateful of what you have, be grateful of where you are, and that's when you'll receive more blessings. I honestly believe that. I've seen that in my life. And it also allows you not to dwell on when things go wrong. I used to be so impatient, but now that I have changed my impatience to gratitude instead, I'm calmer. Because, for example, I recently went to Scotland for work and I didn't have my itinerary. They were really slow in giving me my itinerary and my hotel information and this and that. They were really slow. And I was getting annoyed, like, oh, they're always so slow, like, da 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 da. Then I had to realize, wait, I'm going to Scotland. I've never been to Scotland. I've always wanted to visit Scotland. And I'm going to Scotland for work. It's all paid for, hotel. I've got a work credit card with money that I can buy my dinners and lunches. I'm going, all expenses paid, and I'm complaining because I don't have my itinerary. I'm getting agitated because I'm impatient and I want to see where I'm staying and I want to understand it. Instead of just saying, thank you, God. Thank you for providing this trip that I've always wanted to go on. I get to make money and I don't have to spend my own money while I explore. Gratitude, be grateful. So yeah, this industry has been a lot of fun to work in. I don't know how long I'm going to stay in the industry. I'm still in it now, but it has helped me to grow as a person. It's helped me to become stronger mentally and to appreciate who I am, appreciate my differences, and helped me to understand friendship, making new friends, and how to integrate myself into society. It's helped me to get a tougher skin and not be so sensitive. Because if you are, this industry will chew you up and spit you out alive. I really hope this video helps you if you're navigating working in the TV industry or any industry or just life, because these are life lessons learned from work. I really hope you like this video and thank you all for your support so far. This is a new channel, but like I said, this is a new circle of friends. I'm so big on keeping positive circle of people around me, and I'm doing the same with this channel. This is about us creating a positive circle of friends. So drop some comments, encourage each other. Comment down how you navigate in your industry. Comment down what you have learned from your character in work life that you've taken on into your outside life. As always, like this video, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at Edlyn France. And until next time, bye friends!